Hey, I hope you're well. This is just a general reading for all signs, doesn't matter what your placement is. This is being recorded on December 8th, 2021. It's a Wednesday and it's 11:13 a.m. Okay. Sorry, just adjusting some stuff. Let's start with this. Two of Pentacles. So there's something that you're battling with, or you think you're battling with it, but you're kind of enjoying the battle or the juggle. It's kind of like doing work that you enjoy doing. There's some cycle in your life that was continuing that you're putting a stop to, which is bringing you a lot of financial prosperity too, or it's going to. Something you're overcoming. It could be an addiction of some kind. Has you really feeling confident, which is good. So if you're overcoming some kind of an addiction, keep going with it. And I saw on Facebook, there was a thing that said addiction means something not said. So you might want to look at what it is you don't want to be spoken. I'm getting the feeling here that there's something deep and emotional that you haven't resolved yet. That the universe is letting you know the cycle has come to an end. It's time to either follow your heart and do what you feel you need to do, or just let it be. But juggling whatever it is, I don't know what's going on with my voice right now. Something feels really heavy to talk about. Someone that's watching this reading, then it feels like you are very, very quiet, and there's something about you that needs advice, and it's something you've been really overthinking it. Because if you follow your inner North Star, you know what the right thing to do is. But for some reason, you've overthunk it so much that you've confused yourself on what to do about this. And giving it more time isn't an option anymore. The snake is going to consume its own tail all the way up to its head, and then the cycle restarts, but it's going to be a different snake. It's going to be a different person fighting the snake. It's going to be same story, different faces, you know? For others of you, there's something that you were debating, that you're deciding on, but you're not letting anybody know about it. It's like a very under the thin sheet of ice on a pond, but you can see fish underneath it. There's something going on that you're not telling anyone about, and maybe you should keep it that way. Something's working out in your favor, but you must be honest about how you feel. Because in order to break this cycle that you've been in, you're going to require your authentic strength. You can't fight a battle that you don't want to win. Well, you could fight a battle that you don't want to win, but you're not going to win it if you don't want to win. The Two of Wands. There's also 3 rooms here. You might want to pause this and research this for yourself. The 3 rooms on the stone. The bottom of the deck is the Emperor and the Hermit. There's someone of a masculine you know, the tall, dark, and handsome that's quiet in the corner. That's that vibe. This person's like observing you. Four, 5. Wow. Look at this. The Emperor, the Hermit, Death, the High Priestess, the Devil, and the King of Pentacles. And then the 7 of Wands. This feels really different than any of this. This feels like you're coming out of your comfort zone and you're overcoming something and turning a new page in the book of your life. You're not reliving the same cycle anymore. This feels like someone's watching you do that, and it feels more than just a person. It feels like the universe behind a person. Almost like a divine partnership of some kind. 4 of Wands right there, yeah. There's a divine partnership coming for some of you, and it requires you to be far more confident than you've been in order to reap the benefits that you would reap at the highest vibration of the experience. The Knight of Pentacles. If you're thinking of reaching out to someone and you are of a more masculine balance in your masculine and feminine, I would suggest, the card suggests that you do reach out. If you are more of the feminine balance, it's more advised that you get out of your comfort zone, get out of any inner turmoil, and be willing to receive with a sense of discernment and healthy boundaries. This person here doesn't need to have a sword held up to see the truth. They know it by emotions. They know it by empathy. And you're very balanced. You have earth, water, fire. So the logic is kind of missing. That's why the advice for you is have healthy boundaries. Be willing to receive and hear someone, but do not make a hasty response or action. Maybe just be still, like a cool pond. Hear what they have to say. Because there is a partnership that seems to be coming up, or at least a encounter between 2 people who are going to be creating something together. Could be a job interview, it could be... Get out of your head, first of all. You're overthinking it. Just like I'm overthinking it, trying to figure out who it could be or what it could be. It doesn't matter. The point of it is you're going to experience something that requires you to be more of your confident, cool, calm, reserved self. And it requires someone who is being led by spirit in many different ways to communicate with you. There isn't any communication yet between the 2 of you. You're both going through something on your own sides. This person is going through something that's teaching them how to look through the outside world's temptations and conflicts to see what their heart truly wants. You're being asked to look outside of yourself and see what's going on in the world, because you have been far too defensive. You've been far too in your head and making up too many scenarios and being too emotional about them and being too guarded. So the advice is come out of your comfort zone, break the patterns of what you've been experiencing, stop overthinking so much, and just let life happen and allow yourself to experience and respond without being in a, you know how a lot of water signs are very anxious. It's like a psychic sense that they don't know is a psychic sense. They get anxiety, but they don't realize they're picking up on energy shifts. It's that kind of person. If this person, this Queen of Cups, if they knew how to harness their energetic standpoint and empathic abilities, then they would be the High Priestess. But this is coming up as Queen of Cups, which means you are the queen of your emotions, but at the same time, you're still learning. Even though you're a master at it, you're still the student to the master that's already mastered what you've mastered. So be humble in your emotions, but be confident in who you are. Let someone speak to you, hear them out, see what they say, but see it with your heart. It's almost like you're being asked to embody the air energy at a healthy vibration instead of keeping yourself stuck with what if scenarios that are negative. Maybe turn it around and give yourself what if scenarios that are positive. Take a deep breath. Whatever you're going through is temporary. The King of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands. If you were on a seesaw, you know those things that go like this. One person sits on one side, the other sits on the other, and they kind of do this. When you're in an Eight of Swords state, this person goes into a Seven of Wands state. When you're in a Queen of Cups state, this person goes in a King of Pentacles state. They want to absorb you. They want to be a part of you. They are a part of you. But the issue seems to be this imbalance in energetic connection between you two. If this is just about yourself, you have been blocking out your masculine aspect within you that is able to provide for you more financial gain, because you've been too, in a way, how do I word this? Too timid. It's like if you put the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen and the King of, the Queen of Cups and the King of Pentacles. Even if you put them in a video game, they're going to look different. They're going to behave different. They're going to have a different vibe. This guy going to work at, like, I don't know, pick a company, is going to behave differently and be more aggressively assertive kind of a person to get their boundaries and business and structure and everything set up immediately and done the right way than someone like her, because she would be more emotional and empathic and go with the flow kind of person. So what these two aspects of yourself are meant to do together is the masculine earthly force of nature is the channel to the flow of the Queen of Cups, the river. So as soon as you Stop trying to fit into a binary construct within yourself or within a relationship with someone else. You integrate these aspects of yourself and you become more harmonious through the elements within you working in harmony. I hope that makes sense to your soul. For those of you dealing with someone else, this King of Pentacles feels blocked off by you because when they want to communicate with you, it's like they get white noise, static in the ether due to your insecurities. Now remember, there's more than one person viewing these readings, so there's messages throughout. For if you're hearing it, it in a way applies to you, but at the same time, please make certain that it applies in the specific area where you feel that resonant feeling within. Where you know if I'm saying something, it's towards this, and if I'm going with the same story about two people, that maybe one bit of the story about these two people actually applies to your life in a different way than the way the story is being told here by me and guides. So be discerning and be aware of how you're playing the story out based on the experiences and the people and the actors and the script of your life. You could be single, and a total hermit and not be dealing with anybody. And this is just about you being stuck in your head about going, to find a part-time job somewhere. Or you're having issues with an older brother or like maybe a landlord of some kind. And there's issues regarding proper communication because the authentic expression of self isn't being done. There's defensiveness, there's slow movement, there's people needing to get out of their comfort zones, which means there's stagnancy. There's Two of Pentacles, which could mean there's manipulation, there's juggling between people, places, money. There's things being overcome, there's victory over situations, but at the same time, there's blockages and diversions and distractions and mental mind games. Overall, looking at it from a soul perspective, where from a higher dimensional perspective, I guess you can say, this is between two energies, where one energy is more guarded and stuck in their head, and the other one wants to communicate, but they feel like they're being blocked out. And they feel they're like being blocked out because you're stuck in your head. It's kind of like a crossing of wires. And the way to adjust that is to have more confidence in yourself. There's no need to be anxious or afraid of communicating with someone that you care about. If you're going to sleep next to them, if you're going to eat breakfast with them, if you're at some point going to hold their hand or shake their hand or give them a kiss, there's no need to be afraid. If you're recognize the difference between being afraid to communicate with someone due to insecurities and the fear that is mistaken when it's actually pleasant eagerness and anticipation. Be aware of what you're feeling. Are you feeling afraid or are you excited? Are you actually missing someone, or are you bored of being and doing the same thing over and over by yourself? Are you looking for a partnership, or are you looking for that aspect of yourself that you're looking for someone else to fill in the blank with, Like you don't want to be the go-getter at work or the gym rat or the jock, so you go and date that guy. Like what's the poison that needs to be remedied here in your specific case, right? How can you apply this and the message is being brought to you to your specific case? Because if this is all about you being stuck in your head, then the solution obviously is take action. Make a decision no matter what it is and deal with the consequences accordingly. You can overthink it, and eventually time will just go by to where the choice isn't there to be made anymore. Every second, every moment that you're breathing and alive is one where you can do something to make someone else's life better, even if you're by yourself, even if you're with someone else. Be aware of your emotions. Sometimes the need some of us have to be with someone or when we feel like we're alone, it's actually an internal call from our soul to reach out and help someone else. It's not usually about sex or relationships or money. Sometimes someone else is calling out to us and we misinterpret their telepathic and empathic quote unquote prayers that we hear through the ethers together, and we mistake them as something we want. So be aware. Is that loneliness really yours that you're feeling, or is it someone that you're connected to and you're picking it up empathically from them and you're being asked to reach out to them? But you're stuck in your head thinking that it's only what you're feeling inside yourself because you haven't gotten out of your comfort zone yet to recognize that you have extrasensory abilities. And once you do establish that, you can defeat that inner voice within that says you're just a regular person. Establish your abilities, bring balance between yourself, emotionally and physically, and then recognize that you can block out the negative, intrusive thoughts within you, make changes within the physical world so that you can move forward one step at a time and to undo the chains that have bound you, that you put there because you were afraid to be your true psychic self. And for those of you that applies to, when you start establishing your abilities, that's when the burdens get dropped and you evolve higher on your spiritual path, which means more resources are brought to you by the universe so that you can continue to provide for others. This card right here seems like this spread is done. Whatever's going on with you, there's a sense of relief right now in this present moment throughout this reading. And if I've been of any help, I'm glad to have been of help. Whatever you've established throughout this reading has caused you to go from blocking things off to just laying it down completely. Like you don't even want to feel defensive anymore. You'd rather hear what someone has to say instead of play what if scenarios for the rest of your life. You'd rather do the thing instead of thinking about doing the thing and procrastinating. You'd rather make peace than constantly be in competition. You'd rather help people and teach them what it is you do so that together you both can become better and move forward. The more wisdom is shared, the more people are gaining that wisdom all across the world. So the more people you assist, the more they can assist slowly, one step at a time, one person at a time, one sentence at a time. Let's see what else you need to know. And then we'll pull some other cards. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. The Magician. Wheel of Fortune. Okay. There has been a delay in bringing something to you that would assist you in becoming partnered instead of single. Something that brings you out of the state of Nine of Pentacles where you're on your own, doing your thing, and it brings you into partnership, doing a thing. The reason why they're in reverse is because there is it's like a reverberation, or like when you pull back an arrow and there's that moment where it feels like it just stops in midair. before it like fires forward. Do you know what I mean? It's like the sound of a sonic boom is delayed. So first you see the plane and then you hear the boom a few seconds after. If there's lightning or if there's thunder, there's lightning or whatever. You know what I mean? There's a delay between the thing that happens, right? This is the delay. The delay was there due to everything we spoke about here. The Ten of Wands showed up to say, this is all now remedied, clarified, established. This is already taken care of. So as soon as you drink a glass of water and you pee it out, this energy that has been established, healed, remedied, resolved, will go out as you release the water from your system. This here, being in reverse, tells me as the reader, there was momentum being built by this to where something happens and you get taken from your single life into a union of some kind that brings you so much prosperity you won't even comprehend it yet. It's almost like I don't want to say from rags to riches, but it's like you play the lotto and suddenly you have $1 million immediately. And that $1 million is the spiritual equivalent of all the good deeds you've been doing for like the past 10 years that you didn't allow yourself to receive due to a lack of self-confidence and self-worth. Now that you've established this and you see that you're worthy and you see internally how your story has played out and you're ready for this change, this pentacle comes to you first in spiritual self-worth, a value of self being given to you through spirit, which then brings you to a union of some kind that is being kept as a mystery for you. Whether it's a monogamous, platonic, work thing, I don't know. But it's something that's going to feel like it's bringing the kingdom of your heaven, not only within you, but also outside of you. But it's also being brought to you by someone you feel that you trust with your heart. Okay? This does not mean something's being taken from you. This does not mean that you are losing anything. This means that you are gaining spiritual inner worth, which is changing your single life status to something that will bring you massive happiness. See? That's the sun. Oh, wow. Those of you of the biblical persuasion, keep your hearts open and eyes to the sun. The way you're expecting the sun will not be how you see the sun. The Emperor, the Ten of Cups, the Ace of Wands, the Page of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles, the King of Wands. Lordy, lordy, lordy. Two of Pentacles. Okay. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Whoever you are watching this, congratulations. Invite me to the wedding. Buy me a pony. I don't even know what to tell you about this. Not only is the love of your life right there for you, but there's the Ten of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, the King and the Emperor, and the Page of Wands. Your wildest fantasies about how your life could go are nowhere near as extravagant as how your life is going to be. Nowhere near as extravagant. You and this endeavor you're having in the world where you're helping other people see the light, you are going to be rewarded so bountifully by the universe. Please do what you can to feel worthy. The worthier you feel, the wider the channels of prosperity become for you. It's only you that creates limitations. God wants to give you everything. 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 And all that's required of you to do is to communicate how you feel. There's no need to do anything other than that. The fire you hold within you to communicate with that person that you want to communicate with. Whatever it is that brings you this sense of relief around this person that is single. And if you're this person that's single, then feel this relief. Because, my dear, your future is assured and guaranteed to be holy. You have a very powerful divine masculine force that watches over you. This divine masculine force has assisted you through the inner spark of many people to communicate to this person in your life that you haven't spoken to in a while, to help them see things differently. Wow, this is so beautiful. Oh my God. You guys, congratulations to whoever this is. Seriously. The feeling I'm getting and the way I'm being shown this is like movie clips from Gone with the Wind and The Notebook, and just these two people who have been apart for so long. And now they're coming together. Look at that. Yeah, Five of Pentacles, the Chariot, Five of Cups. Through the separation and isolation, both parties have seen so much. Both parties have seen the value of each other through the pain and grief they have felt due to the absence of one another. One focused on money and turned their back to the other. The other focused on emotions and lost themselves in those emotions until somehow they found themselves again. Wow. It's almost like every negative thing that's happened in your life has somehow built up to this moment in your life. It's so funny that I'm noticing this right here. Look at that. This person has 5 pentacles right there, but they're busy staring at the statue, and there's a snake just kind of wriggling around here. So goodness knows what this snake has been up to. But this person's praying to this goddess statue for something with emotion, right? Like on their knees praying, obviously full of emotion. But there's 5 pentacles here. I'm not getting the feeling that they're praying for more money. And this person, 3 cups spilled over here, but there's 2 back here. And they're just kind of staring into the water like they're giving up. But then why are you wearing a robe with dolphins, which are symbols of love and happiness and joy and protection of the ocean and all telepathic communication. Something is weird between these two people. It's like they were looking in different directions. They were doing different things in their life, but what they were doing is bringing them back together, even though they were going the other ways from each other. It's like this goddess was working with this one, and the snake was working with this one, and somehow they switched places and they got brought back together in this way. So weird. Eight of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. Okay, side note, somebody was in a relationship with someone that was really like Peter Griffin from Family Guy, and they finally got the strength to walk away from that person. Congratulations, have some self-worth. Don't let people treat you like crap. Others of you, there's someone messaging you within like 8 hours or 8 days regarding a work opportunity. It will bring you a lot of money, but you're going to have to give up some of your bad habits. Others of you, those two partners, those two twin flamey people, you both want to talk to each other. You both want to work things out. But if you both keep building this momentum of wanting to talk but not talking, you're going to both implode and no one's going to be talking to each other because you're going to have imploded and you're going to create two singularities in the middle of nowhere and it's going to explode the universe. So if you're twin flames and you know you are, then get your head out of your butts and talk to each other because you're holding up the entire spiritual fucking plan with your procrastination. There's something that needs to be worked on, and you two twin flames, and this is for many of you, not just for one couple, you guys are being asked by the universe to fucking get on with it already. Get on with it. Talk to each other, sort things out, even if you're so crabby at each other. Figure out how you can do your mission, even if you don't have to be in a relationship with each other. Do the thing you're here to do to help the world, the kids, nature. Do the thing. Help them. Put your emotional pettiness and your socially programmed civilization constructs of how you should be in a partnership in the fucking garbage and behave like ascended, evolved, enlightened masters that are here to help. Okay? Thank you. Have a nice day. Could you do the thing? Can you do the thing? Can you please get together and do the thing? Because the world needs whatever it is you two are going to create and give to it. So even if you're like, it's still like, oh, but I'm waiting for this person to call. Well, get off your butt and do what you can to help the world. They'll show up eventually. And when they do, ta-da, scales are balanced. The universe pours out to you. You guys do your thing. You help a bunch of people and you're done. You know? Break those chains, peeps. Break them. It doesn't matter if you're in union or not. Start doing what you need to do to help the world raise its vibration. Even if you're just making videos and showing people how to bake a cookie and you're talking to them. Interact with the world so that the world isn't focused so much on that. And instead, they're more focused on that. Okay? Shine the light towards this. away from that. So eventually, that is going to go, what are you guys doing over there? What's all the hubbub? That, can I play? Only if you're vulnerable. Only if you're empathic. Only if you allow yourself to be heard, seen, felt by the world. Do your work, Starseeds. You came here for a reason, and that reason wasn't to spend an entire lifetime making excuses and complaining about the world, is it? You came here to plant seeds, metaphorically and literally. You came here to change the world and bring the kingdom of heaven upon the soil of this earth. And that kingdom is within you. You already have the key and the lock. Why aren't you opening the door? Because of that? This was your gift. This pain was your gift. Don't you see how much beauty is created in the world when people feel compassion, sorrow, grief? It sparks so much beauty, but it can become a poison if you stay in it too long. It ages you. It takes from you the light within you. It distorts it into something else. If you're competent enough in your emotional transmutation and alchemy, you will be able to turn that grief into beauty and art and release it from your system once and for all. How do you think these statues were made? Someone carved them. Someone had an image of a great mother goddess and they carved the statue, blood, sweat, and tears. They didn't just stand there crying their tears into an ocean. The ocean's already salty enough. It doesn't need your tears. The soil needs your tears. People like this need your tears. They need your embrace. So whenever you're done doing this, you can have this, or be this. It's time to move forward. Put down the conflict and move forward. Just think of how easy it would be if you guys actually communicated with each other with exactly how you felt and then responded with just as much respect for each other as you'd want to be responded to had you said that, like an adult conversation of back and forth, intelligent, kind responses. You can do it. I know you can do it. So just simply allow yourself to be who you are. Oh, I gotta go. Hello? Hello?